Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this full moon or super full moon in Taurus synopsis for you to help you or help yourself and guide yourself through the energies at play here, because there are a lot of gifts on offer right now, even though I know we're winding down a very difficult year and it isn't really a time of a lot of expansion and a lot of like calling things in or creating things, but it's starting to shift. And I think that just because we're not creating or getting, this is where actually the real work is done in order to set that up. So do not write the rest of this year off just because it has been difficult and stagnant. I think that this is the time to actually get to work so that we can bear the fruits of our labor next year when it is time to blossom, when the new beginnings do ensue in energetically. So this is your intuitive energetic overview to the full moon in Taurus. And this is the most grounding, stabilizing full moons we have had in years, because we have not had a full moon in Taurus that has felt like this for like the last 8 years. Now, the rest of the sky feels pretty chaotic. I'm not going to lie. There's retrograde, shifting planets, ongoing cycles of endings and beginnings. Like, it's all out there, right? But this full moon offers us stillness. It offers us peace and a bit of an exhale. It is like the universe pressing pause so that we can catch our breath for a moment, reconnect in, and see how far we've truly come and what it is we want to take with us into the next chapter. This full moon is happening at 13 degrees of Taurus, and this is the brightest, the most potent of 3 consecutive super full moons that we are currently in. It's the middle one. So it's really going to amplify emotions. Expect all the feels to be coming up. It's going to amplify clarity if we allow it, and it's going to be a potent culmination of long-term themes for us if we're aware of them. But unlike many full moons that shake things up, this one roots us down and gives us something really to hold on to. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, of pleasure, of beauty. And it is the archetype of safety and self-worth and embodied abundance. So not flashy abundance, but like true embodied abundance. And after 8 years of Uranus being in Taurus, creating absolute havoc, and as a Taurus moon, this cycle has brought up so much instability and so much change in how we experience money, security, and identity. Whew, and that I can personally attest to all of that. But this is the first one where Uranus is out of Taurus. So it feels like we're finally reaching some solid ground. And endings may still appear around this time, but they're going to feel different. And they don't come with the drama or resistance that has happened in the past 8 years. They come with a really like a knowing and a calm acceptance. You may simply realize like, oh, this isn't right for me anymore. Or I don't need to hold this version of myself any longer. So it's a peaceful kind of release. And that's what makes this full moon so powerful, because it brings this serenity of certainty into our field. And Taurus reminds us that our bodies are the vessels through which we experience worth and stability and safety. And it's a real lunation to come back home to ourselves, not just mentally, but physically. Because when the world feels unpredictable, which it does, our body is our anchor. And when the future feels unclear, because it does, our body is our truth. So this full moon wants us to root back into our senses, like to eat slowly, eat from the earth. Taurus is an earth sign. Eat from the earth, touch the earth, feel the softness, yet the strength of what is around you. Because when we're grounded in our body, we reconnect to the frequency of enoughness, the inner knowing that we already have everything we seek. I'm teaching a very in-depth, like a 17-minute masterclass on the frequency of enoughness, which is the antidote to the frequency of lack, in the premium offering of my moon membership. So if you want to become a premium moon member, this is an amazing masterclass. So head to thelightpathcollective.com to become a premium moon member to get that masterclass. this lunation, this full moon, is shining a light on where we have been operating from scarcity, from comparison, and the illusion that we need to prove our value. Like, it's this exhausting. And Taurus says, whew, you don't need to earn your worthiness. You are worthiness. This full moon invites you to release the attachments that have kept you striving for validation or maybe approval, and instead to settle into the knowing that you are already whole. And when you live in that vibration of enough, your energetic blueprint, your energetic signal becomes so magnetic. And you stop chasing, and you think about what you desire, and it just begins to naturally move and fall into your space. Immediately, no, we're not magicians, yeah? Like, let's give up the Disney version of everything and let's step back into reality. This is the lesson of Taurus: stability before expansion, safety before the idea that we're going to manifest or align with something, peace before any type of progress is taken. Now, the sun is going to be in Scorpio, which is opposing this Taurus moon. And there's a deep emotional undercurrent of transformation happening because Scorpio illuminates the parts of ourselves that we've hidden. It's like the underworld. So it's like our shadow. But remember, our shadow isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's the shadow contains a lot of our shame and a lot of our pain, for sure. But most importantly, it actually contains all our gifts and all our authentic expression, our talents and our desires that we have dimmed to feel safe. Like, maybe we were told they weren't safe. Maybe we were told we weren't allowed to be that way. Or maybe we expressed it once and we got shunned for it. But now is the time to go back and draw them back out and re-meet them, maybe alchemize them. Because if you're feeling drawn to new forms of self-expression or certain people trigger you, this is like two sides of the same coin. Pay attention, because these feelings are breadcrumbs leading you back to the part of yourself that you are ready to claim. So the things that we admire in others are just the things that we desire to be embodied within ourselves. So if you're jealous or maybe a little bit envious, or you're putting down someone else's relationship or success or appearance or whatever it is, have that as a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sign to yourself that, oh, it's just because that part of me wants to be expressed. And how can I do that with a lot of love? So this full moon reminds us that our shadow, remember, it's not something to fix. It's something to free up. Venus is the ruler of this full moon, and its aspect to Pluto in Jupiter. It's going to stir questions around power, around freedom, and around self-leadership. Self-leadership or sovereignty is something that we have been working on for over a year on the moon membership. So we are primed for this, especially as we go into next year. So you might be asking yourself, like, where do I still hand over my power, or where am I ready to lead from my own truth without needing external validation? This is an incredible moment to anchor into sovereignty, to decide that who you will be moving forward into 2026. And this energy is asking us to embody leadership frequency as a grounded, calm, and consistent way of living, rather than something we have to enforce or push or prove. And Taurus energy leads through example, not explanation. So if you have to explain what you're doing, you're not really embodied in it. And when you're deeply rooted in your own value, your own enoughness, people feel it. And they're drawn to your steadiness, your ease, your authenticity. That is the magnetism that we're talking about. So this full moon in Taurus is a reminder that spiritual growth doesn't always look like movement and the getting of things. Sometimes it looks like settling, a softening, a decision to stop reaching and start receiving. And the most profound healing happens when we are safe in our own bodies, safe in our worth, and safe in the timing of our lives. We don't need to do more to be more. You just need to remember that everything you are seeking is inside of you. So let this full moon be a point where you release the hustle, breathe into the now, and open your heart to receive. If you are ready to go deeper into this energy and to experience it, not just as a concept, but a living, breathing ritual, then I will meet you over on the moon membership, where each month I guide you through every full and new moon through ritual, meditation, energetic practices, and masterclasses that help you live, lead, and create alignment with the cosmos and your desires. So this full moon in Taurus, members are going to receive a beautiful guided meditation all about remembering that really potent frequency of the shadow, and to release scarcity and to reclaim our hidden gifts, along with journal prompts, a ritual guide, everything. It is a sacred time to come home to yourself. The moon membership is a sacred space to come home to yourself month after month. So you can join us today at thelightpathcollective.com. But for now, this full moon in Taurus is such a gift. It's a reminder that even in uncertain times, peace is available. Ground into your worth, trust your timing, and let this moon teach you the beauty of enough. Thank you for joining me. And I'm just sending you so much love as we bathe under the light of La Luna, all her gifts, all her energy, all her wisdom, all her illumination at this super full moon in Taurus.